What do you know about the virus?
I know that it can get grown-ups sick, but not kids.
What else?
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
Because we don't get to play with our friends, and also we don't get to go anywhere. Do I have the virus? Maybe. I don't have the virus because kids don't get the virus. Actually, they can, but they won't get any sick from it. But if they pass it on to grown-ups, they will get sick.
We live in a small town called Livingston Manor. The population is between 500 and 1,000 people.
The majority is definitely a lower income, and therefore there are less resources out here for everything.
The closest hospital to us doesn't have ICU floor. So the closest ICU floor to us, I believe, is in Middletown, which is about 45 miles, about an hour away.
Still, that ICU only has maybe 10 beds, probably less.
Oddly enough, we had a friend pass away towards the end of January. She ended up having to be put on ventilation up there. Going and having the experience and just the size of it just really puts us at a high risk, because not only are we in a community that doesn't have direct medical facilities, but also we're utilizing the same amount of medical facilities for a large area. That's why we personally have decided to play the game. Last person on earth to get COVID, and we have completely isolated ourselves. I went into complete kind of panic mode, pulled the kids out of school before New York even mentioned that it was going to be a problem. Beginning of March is when we really started to lock it down and prepare for what we are dealing with now.
So, have you been going to school?
I think you already know that, because no.
Marcus and I decided that it was important to put together an actual schedule where at 7 a.m. we wake up, and then we have breakfast, and then we do yoga, and then we have a little free time, then we do schoolwork, and then we have snack, so we've got like a day planned out so that it stays consistent and we get stuff done and the kids can work with a reliable schedule. I will venture off to the store or the post office, but when we do that, we've got masks on, we've got glasses, gloves, we use a lot of hand sanitizer and wipes and clean off all the groceries. We have a setup where we put everything on the porch and everything gets wiped down. You guys have crickets? We own a production company, and Marcus is a cinematographer / director.
Being a freelancer, it's pretty surreal to think that not only I haven't worked for the last month and a half, but I don't believe I will be working anytime soon. So I went from completely employed to completely unemployed.
Now it's kind of like having to reassess, what we're doing out here and how we're gonna make money going forward.
That is why we're going into full mode in the garden, trying to grow as much food as we can, trying to get the chickens up as best as they can, try to figure out ways that we can streamline what we're doing here in order to make it through this storm.
And we get to feed Snaky and hold him.
Who's Snaky?
He's our pet. Dylan just walked in with a snake one day, and he was like, "Can we keep this as a pet?"
What did you guys build and put in the field?
A bat motel.
A bat motel?
Yeah. So it's a hotel for bats with cement in a big tractor.
But yeah, just trying to keep things as positive and upbeat and normal as possible for ourselves, for our own sanity, but also for our kids, to not traumatize them in a event like this. Together as a family, we are trying hard, and I feel like we're going to make it through this and be stronger for it.